What's up, everybody? I'm Tam, and today we're going to talk about complex PTSD stuff. And C-PTSD stands for Complex Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder. And I'm just going to talk about several things that I think you're going to find super interesting about it. I'm on a mission to understand C-PTSD, and I'm trying to view it differently than I had before in an attempt to make it make sense. I like painting people so I can have a clear picture of who I'm looking at in everyday life. Some of the things I'm discussing in this video will be unique, and you probably won't find it anywhere else. So stay tuned. These are all my personal viewpoints as I race to understand C-PTSD better. So if you disagree with the points that I'm making, let me know. If you agree with the points I'm making, let me know. I'm trying to figure this out. I've read that C-PTSDs, people with that disorder, push others away. They're often described with an introverted lens. This is true-ish, not true-ish. I find that people with C-PTSD need people. They need people badly. They may be independent or isolated at times for issues that bring worry to them, so they may avoid certain situations, but they thrive around people. They get energy from interacting with others, and without outside stimulation, they can have increased memory issues, more anxiety because they already have an inner world that overworks them internally. Outside stimulation, for which they can explore ideas, laugh and joke, share with others, gets them out of their head and into meaningful aspects of life. Number 2, they like to be overstimulated. Although they may have periods for which they fuss or gripe when too much is coming at them, they can still keep going easier than many people could in those situations. They have very active minds, so when they have more than enough to do, they do better. They do not want to be left to their own thoughts all the time. When they have projects going on, people to teach, causes to rally for, they do so much better. Too much downtime isn't good for them. To some, they may appear to have an insatiable appetite for having lots to do, but it's how they channel their energy. The trauma they experienced impacted them internally, and thus they've learned to focus on external stimulation to keep them going. They can be superior in executing cutting-edge ideas and bring joy to others. They can be above board in the creative ventures and unique but fascinatingly smart in the way they see things. They do not like being bored, which can occur more easily than your average person. Number 3, they are highly innovative and know how to take things to the next level. They can be extremely smart people. They may come from families that are broken or families who weren't educated or for which there was never a push for greatness. And yet, these people can overcome that and be great. They excel without help. They are survivors. What do survivors do? They break through circumstances that say you shouldn't be this successful or this talented. They are uncanny in many ways that make them shine above everyone else. Where does skill set come from when no one is leading the way? They have a restless energy and a high IQ, and I think Jesus must take them under his wing because many C-PTSD's next level thinking is in a way that the average Joe never does. They can be geniuses, really. Number 4, personally, I think they can develop some OCD-like tendencies. People with OCD can repeatedly go over thoughts. They can be hoarderish, holding on to too many things. They could excessively shop and have enough items to open their own store. They can socially isolate like an OCD. How do they compensate for this? Some CPTSDs say it's difficult being within themselves at times. And their spouses will say they are extremely methodical in the way they live life in some areas. Some of them can create rigid ways of living, but be flexible in other ways. But this gives them a sense of safety and security. When things are exacting and mapped out, I think that can be a great way to cope. Build in safety nets. Some of them may check and recheck things. Did I lock the door? Did I let the garage down? Did I shut the window? Number 5. Many of them can have a very cool, edgy, or swaggy personality. They can be very, very popular, even ones considered introverted. Many of them have a ton of personality, and people find them a lot of fun to engage with. They draw people in with their unique way of doing things. People can either want to push them away because they can also be tough, agitated, and become frustrated, moody at times. But they know a lot, they are well studied. They may know the latest fashion trends and can be very witty. They have an uncanny, intuitive ability to understand people and what makes them tick. If you were in difficult situations as a child or experienced neglect or abuse, wouldn't you be driven to understand people in deeper ways in order to survive? It would be imperative. Number 6, they can be super sensitive to criticism or perceived slights. They can split and see things in black and white. You are either amazing or terrible, and this can make it difficult to rationalize with them. They have very strong defense mechanisms when it comes to protecting themselves. So even if they are being hurtful or combative to other people, no matter how much it is explained, there are times when their minds will not take it in or accept it. They can become very irrational in this area, and it can really impact friendships. They may yell at someone unnecessarily. Number 7, they pour into others in a way that others find difficult to emulate. They know how to elevate people's talents and skills and take them to higher heights. They can come into a conversation with a group of people and make them think in a way that they never otherwise would have. Suddenly, the mundane becomes vibrant and interesting. They feel deeply for people and are great at taking over for those who can't help themselves. Buy clothes, feeding people, helping them find solutions, visiting people who are in turmoil or turbulence. Your spouse has just cheated on you. Well, they'll come over and sit with you and hug you and give you a lot of love and care and support. They care deeply for their fellow humans because they know what it feels like to suffer or go without something, whether it's tangible items or just love. They pour into people in a way that others would struggle to navigate or find tiring. They can be big into acts of service. They will do all the love languages for others, but may struggle to explain what their own love language is. They can struggle in this way with connecting internally. Honestly, disorder or not, I feel very drawn to some people who have C-PTSD. If you understand complex post-traumatic stress disorder, let me know what you agree with or disagree with. Watch the video a couple of times to let what I'm saying sink in. And if you think you're C-PTSD, can you relate? Check out my book, The Workplace NaRCISSiST by Tamara Zyon. It's on Amazon. And in the same way that I'm exploring C-PTSD, I did the same with narcissism, so I was able to uncover a lot of things that I don't hear people talking about. So check that out. Check out my book, Flip the Script on Love. It's on Amazon. I'll put the links in the description box. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Remember to subscribe and like. Bye.